Welcome back, Kings and Queens, and welcome if you're new here. My name is Hope King, and I'm the designer behind King's Designs MD. Today, I'm going to do a Christmas wreath. So I just want to show you guys some of the things we're going to be working with. So I have 6 rolls of deco mesh. All this came from the Dollar Tree. I have a pack of zip ties because I like to make my wreaths with the zip tie backing. I think it has a cleaner finish. And it looks really good, especially if you have like glass doors or something. It gives you a better look to the back. I have a wood sign or a press board sign. I have a wreath frame, and this one measures 14 inches, if you can see, wreath frame. I also have a roller cutter, because I use this to actually cut my fabric. You can use scissors if you don't have this, or if it works better for you. And then I also have a self-healing mat. I use this because you don't want to cut on your desk or surface, because you will cut and scratch everything up permanently. So a self-healing mat. Again, some of these things you don't have to have. If you just have scissors, you can use a ruler and you can substitute it. Also was looking at 2 different ways to do my wreath. So I have the red and white, and the white trio, and then I have the red, the white beside it, with the stripes in front of it trio. So I was trying to decide which one I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to use this trio, the red and white, with the white in front, and see how that comes out. So I'm going to get started and start cutting my there's a deco mesh. I'm going to try to cut this down for you guys so it's not too long as possible. So you want to get your deco mesh out and your board. What I will tell you with Dollar Tree deco mesh is that you have to be careful because it doesn't always start even or cut even. If you can see how it's kind of zigzagged out, it might not be straight. But looks like I have some glitter or something on that side. So flip it over, and it goes from 0 to 8. So I'm just going to roll this out until it gets to the 8-inch mark, or roughly. If you don't have it precise, don't worry about it. This stuff curls up on itself, so you don't have to worry too much. Just want to press down firmly and give it a good cut. And be careful if you're at the end of your desk so you don't roll and cut. So we have our first 8-inch strip. I'm going to do this for the entire roll of red. And then I'll do the exact same thing for the other colors, and I'll come back to you guys. Now you're going to see me coming around because I don't have my clicker today. Alright, so you can see I have 18 rolls cut here. So this is just a tip. 18 rolls cut. You might want to get a bag or bucket or something that you can put these in, because they start to pile up pretty quickly as you're doing them. Once I cut them, they already started forming into rolls on their own without me even doing anything else to them. It rolled back up. So I love that, and as you can see as a group, it's already looking really pretty. You can choose whatever colors you want to do for your wreath. I'm just showing you what I'm doing with this today. I also want to show you something else as we're cutting and going along. And that is, when you're cutting and rolling, if you're using a rotary cutter, when you're unrolling it, if you put it on the upside, you see it'll roll back on itself. You can either put it down, which will help stop some of the rolling as you go, or you can do something like use a pair of scissors or a heavy weight just to hold it so it'll stay in place as you cut. And you just, again, give it a little pressure and roll it out so it slices off, and you see it rolls back against itself. So try those things if you're having issues with cutting. Okay, so I have all of my pieces cut, and I'm going to show you how I'm rolling them. So I told you when they're cut, you can see they're already rolled, and these things have a tendency to stick together, so just be careful. They already rolled, and they'll roll up on itself when it's cut. But you just take it and roll it. You can roll it as tight or as loose as you want. It's really up to you. I know there's a lot of expert wreath makers out there, but you can do what you want. You can design it how you want, make it how you want, add on whatever you want, and make it your own. So we have the red and white together, and then I'm putting the extra white on top. So you have two side by side, and one that will be laying on top. Now again, I told you I like to use the zip tie method. So I put my zip tie, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 rings, and I put it in between 2 and 3. I lay my deco mesh down in there, and then I pull my zip tie. Now I'll tell you, be careful with the zip tie, because you should hear it click. So just make sure your zip tie is facing the correct way. So you should hear it click, or kind of a zipping sound when you do this. So get it in there, pull it through, and you hear that zipping sound. That's what you should hear. And you can leave it a little bit loose. What I like to do is turn mine to the back and then pull it tight. So you can get your deco mesh however you want it situated in your wreath, just like you would do if you were using a twist tie. I just prefer this method again because it has a cleaner background backing to it. But also, if you ever wanted to reuse your wreath, you can reuse your wreath form. So just pull it tight, and once I get my pieces together, I tend to pull it as tight as I need to, or group it as far over as I need to, and they start bunching together when you pull it tight. But you'll see it start to come together and start to take shape. So I'm going to keep going around. I do 4 per section, and it gives you a pretty full amount on 4 per section, and that is 4 groups of 3. So this is one group, and I will do 3 more here. And as you can see, it's different rings, different sections to the ring, and so 4 in each section of the ring, and then go all the way around, and then we'll add our decorative topper. So I'll show you. Alright, so I'm now done with the wreath building portion, and I went back after I did my 4 in each. I went back and added a little bit more where I thought it could be fluffier. And so you see I was cutting these off as I was going around. If you can tell the little knots in the back, that's where I cut them. And I just zip them as tight as I need to. If you hear the zip, and then I clip it off. So pull as tight as you need it to be, and then cut it off. Alright, and so it's that simple to be able to do that. Now, as fuller, if you have any loose pieces that's sticking off and bothering you, you can just snip those off as you go around, just to have a cleaner finish if you want. But some people like the rough unfinished look of the wreath. So this is just a basic wreath with nothing else added. This is again red, white, and a red and white combination of deco mesh. 4 in each row, but I went back and added a little bit more, so if you like it fuller, do 5 in each little section. And then if you want to add a fun sign, now it's time to add a fun sign. So you can put whatever you want on here. You can pick whatever signs and whatever colors. I picked out the black Santa, and it says Santa's sleigh rides 25 cents. So I'm going to add that on here. I'm going to cut the ribbon off, or pull the ribbon off. It has staples in the back. Pull the ribbon off to separate it, and place my Santa how I want them. So I'm not so concerned about keeping this ribbon, but if you are, you might want to use a staple puller or something like that if you want to try to keep the ribbon nice to reuse it. Some people might want it in the back to hang things or something like that. So use it how you want. But as you can see, I just pop it off. And so the Santa is separated from the rest of it. Rest of the ribbon and the bottom hanging sign. So you can keep the bottom hanging sign for something totally different. Or again, you can add it in here. So I'm just gonna keep popping this off. Alright, now that's free. So we have our two separate pieces. And you can place them how you want. You can put hay rides at the top, sand it in there. I'm going to heat up my glue gun, play around with my design, and we'll be back. Alright, so I'm moving the Santa around to how I want him to be. He's kind of on an angle. Because that's how he hung on the actual sign or hanging sign. And then I have my 25 cents at the bottom. So this should be hot enough now that I'm just going to put my glue on here. And you want to get a hefty amount so you can get a good stick on it. And then of course, while it is good and hot, get on here, and I like to press so that you can make sure the fibers connect. So just press, make sure all those fibers catch in the back to that hot glue, and then when you let it go, it should poof back up some. I'm letting it go, and it is rising back up a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to do the same with my Santa now. Tip on this is be careful of the sizing and where you place it, because you need this to stick to your actual mesh. So I'm going to get the tip of Santa here, and I'm going to get up here where the presents are. So I'm going to get down here by his feet, or not his feet, by the sleigh. And I'm going to get up top where these presents are, just to make sure it catches. There's no need of putting a bunch of glue in the middle, because there's nothing in the middle really that's going to catch that and hold it in place, so you just be wasting hot glue. You could put some here where his hand is, and you can also get back there with your glue gun if you need to get some extra in there. Catch these little spider webs. So you can get in there like that if you need to, and then you're done. So this is in place. Santa sleigh rides 25 cents. So I hope this helps somebody. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great day.